So let's move on. Let's get away from that. And let's get to today's matchup with Municipal of Guatemala. Take a look at this team. They got some holes in their roster, unfortunately. They do have one loanee, 31-year-old Neves, on loan from Alliance Petrolera. Sure. Central defender, pretty decent player. A little bit on the older side of his career, so his attributes are probably going down a little bit, but he does have 16 heading, so he's going to be able to patrol the back lines. At least they got a suspended player. They got issues. Take a look at the overview here. 2.5-star regional reputation, okay finances, good training facilities, so they could have some decent players. Good stadium, 10,000 capacity. We'll see. We'll see. It should be another easy victory for us in the early rounds, but it'll help us. It'll help us get our sea legs and start out the campaign good. I've been trying to. We got roster issues in MLS. I've been trying to get rid of players by hook or by crook. Borjan hit by a virus. Interesting. Also, I've heard a different pronunciation of his name. Borjan is what I heard on the television today. I was watching a Team Canada game in the Gold Cup, and they had a different announcer than usual, and he pronounced it Borjan. So I don't know. We'll see if that was just him or if that's actually how it's pronounced. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, he does play in Eastern Europe, so who knows. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Vancouver versus Municipal. Some other first leg matches. Defense Force from Belize versus Santos Laguna from Mexico. They're a pretty good looking team. We should probably look at the Champions League and see what's up. Let's take a look at the competition itself. There have been several games played already in this first round. LAFC over Plaza Amador, 2-0. That's a big result. Alajuelense drew with LA Galaxy. That's another huge result there for them. Cruz Azul over Central from Trinidad. That's a new one. Central FC. Look at that nice logo. Little flying shark there. Trinidad Tobago Pro League. That is a brand new league. I have never seen them represented before. So good for them. They made it to the competition. Outstanding. FC Dallas, 3-3 draw with Aguila. That's, another one of those sort of interesting results from El Salvador. Not looking good here for some of these MLS teams. Tigres 5-0 over Motagua. I always want to put an N in there. Anyway, and Philadelphia loses 4-1 to Toluca. So the MLS teams not looking so hot at the beginning of this Champions League. We'll see if we can turn that around. Get to our match preview today. We are the even money in the betting line, so we are the heavy favorites. Even though we got a lot of players out, we got some injuries. Venuto injured with pulled knee ligament. He's going to, it's going to be tricky without him in there. He was up for the Landon Donovan Award last year in MLS, one of his best performances last season. So he's been in and out of the lineup this preseason. And we've had some other players in there trying to take his place. David Norman is suspended, so that's no good. They've got one doubtful and one suspension on their side. They do not have a head coach, so that's probably going to be a hindrance. We are kicking off at Estadio El Trebol in Guatemala. 82 degrees, calm and sunny. Should be a good day for the football. Let's get to our team selection. Let's see. I don't think we actually have our bench sorted out. Or do we? Let's see. No, we do not have our bench sorted out. So I'm going to pause it here and sort out the bench. Hang on. Okay, here we are. We're back. We figured things out. We got a bit of an interesting lineup going on. Now, this preseason, we have been going with, the 4-2-4, the old famous formation number 2, just to put Hundle essentially in a more attacking position and to give Bear his more natural position of a target man in support. So we'll see how that's worked. It's worked pretty good so far. We've been a little more shaky defensively, but I think offensively we've been pretty good. So here we are in goal, of course, Zach McMath, Zlatkovic, Henry, Kamiri. Trying to pronounce that better this year. There's still a possibility we could get him for Team Canada. Still looking into it. Anyway, Nerwinski on the right. T-Bert. Haywood in the middle, getting a rare start. The young academy player. We're very thin at central midfield this year. I think it's going to be an issue. Once we get all of our loanees sorted out and moved around, I think we're going to have to bring back some of our midfielders. Like Baldissimo, I think, is definitely a player that we're going to have to look at in terms of bringing him back from loan. Anyway, we got Brim on the left, Adonijah Reed on the right, T-Bear and Hundle up top. And then they're going with sort of the 4-2-2-2. Very central. They're going to try to clog things up down the middle with two defensive midfielders and two midfielders. So we're going to have to focus our play down the wing, which is fine for this formation. But we'll see. They got their captain up top, Othaniel Arse, the Arse man, cometh. 13 goals, 8 assists, 7.26 rating. So he's definitely the dude to watch out for. They also have, there's Nevis on the back line. 7 goals and 5 assists from central defense. I'd say that's pretty good. That's a lot of production from central defense. So we'll see. Guess we got to watch him on set pieces. But anyway, let's go. Opposition instructions. We're watching the fullbacks, strikers, midfielders. Okay, it's fine, I suppose. Okay, tunnel talk. Let's go. You've chosen to leave Gideon Zelalem out of your starting lineup. Basically, he needs to be rested. He's not fit. He's not even on the bench. It's a long season. Rotation is necessary. Get out of here. So there we go. They have packed the stands. The away stands are a little thin, but the red has come out to play. So Vancouver, we are in the whites. I know we're used to cheering for the Reds for Team Canada, Les Rouges and all that, but no. We are in the whites with Vancouver. And let's go. Let's see what we can do. T-Bert playing defensive midfielder for this game. Going to restart the attack. Zlatkovic, another year older, another year wiser. Triple team, drops it back. Going to restart the offense with Daniil Henry. Hayward, the youngster, gets it out wide. Here we go. Taking our time, sending it in. There's our man, Hondo, just over. Sliding him up to striker, I think, is a little bit more of what he wants to do and what he likes to do. And if we can get a bunch of goals out of him at that position, then I'm fine with the move. As long as it doesn't compromise us too much defensively. And against a team like this, I mean, we should be playing more positively and going on the attack. There's Brim trying to get one forward. Go again. T-Bear. Oh, he doesn't go for it. I think he could have clobbered that goalkeeper if he had gone for it. Kobar the keeper. All right. Highlight continues. It's a mega highlight. Haywood wins to Bear. Outright Adonijah Reed with his first touch around one man. Back post to Brim. Okay. Haywood, is he going to take the shot? The young man takes the shot and scores. First goal of the season in our first competition goes to the teenager. So it's, pretty nice build-up. That was kind of a wayward cross, but, we found the open man, move it around, good ball movement, and Haywood just wide open, takes the shot. Take a look at young Haywood, James Haywood, 18 years old now, so he needs to start improving. He needs to start getting playing time. He's got that teamwork. He's got 8 long shots. He's been working on his long shot, so good to see that one go in. His real asset is his passing, but he's got to build everything else around that. His technique needs to get better. His first touch needs to get better. His vision, he just needs to get better all around. So we'll see if he can do that this year with increased playing time. Brim now brings it down the near side. Sends in an early cross. Can't get it to Hundle. Haywood again with another shot. You know, your first one goes in, it gives you confidence to start taking some more, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. The highlights are coming fast and furious now. We're on extended highlights. Let's go back to key highlights. Shouldn't need extended highlights for this game. Donijah Reed looking, sends one in. Can he get it to T-Bear? He does. Doesn't quite get a lot of steam on that header, but he does get it on goal. So that gives us 5 shots, 2 on goal. We're shooting from too far out, but I think that's okay. We do have 61% possession. I think that's, we'll take that. 80. Look at, they've only got 58% of their passes completed, so they must be bombing it downfield, trying to catch us. Trying to get the arse man in behind us. You never want that. You never want the arse man behind you. Yeah. 16 jumping reach. He's more of a target man. Only 10 pace. So I don't know. Maybe he'll try to go up and win a header against us. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough with Henry back there. Still the best defender in Canada. We're lucky to have him, that's for sure. Although with all these young defenders we got coming up, we got too many. We got too many young central defenders, and they all want to start, unfortunately. So we're going to have to manage that deftly. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, deftly. Blair is a little bit tired out there at 68% at half. That's kind of low. All of our guys, just the match fitness is wonky this season. I mentioned I was not playing as many games, which gives us less fitness and less sharpness, and it's just, it's a balancing act currently. But I don't think we need a lot of fitness or sharpness to beat this team. It's just, I worry about the beginning of MLS season. Will we be fit? Will we have our reserves ready to play while the other guys are playing in Champions League? I don't know. We might have to de-emphasize Champions League this year and focus a little bit more on league play. I know some of our players are demanding more league time. Hundle is one, and Norman is the other. Two big players for us. They basically made me promise them more league games this year. So they're going to be playing less in Champions League and more in MLS. Bear goes up. He is fouled. Zlatkovic is going to take the penalty. We'll let the fullback take it again. We'll give him another shot. Again, he does have like 14 penalty taking, but only like 6 or 7 finishing. And there he goes. He slots it home. So I think with Zlatkovic, it's a mind game. Like he's mentally figured out penalties. It's just, technically, he's not a finisher. He's not a striker. He's not even a midfielder. He's just a defender. So he doesn't quite have those scoring skills. Maybe we should have him work on his shooting. That might help him out. I don't know. But there he goes. He gets our second goal. Second half is cruising by. We could probably change things up a little bit. Reed to T-Bert. We don't have a lot of defensive midfielders, so we can't really take T-Bert out. There's Brim just waiting there. He kind of looked offside, yeah. Completely 100% offside. Sorry about that, buddy. You can't just stand there. There he is, yeah. He started a bit early. I mean, VAR needs a little work there, but... Alright, so we got to get Bear out of there. He's at 66%. So, I guess we'll bring in Hendricks. I think Hendricks can play target man. And if not, that's fine. We can always switch formations around and do something different. So let's look at Hendricks here. Yeah, he can play target man a little bit. he's more of an attack type player, but he's got a little bit of strength. He's only 5'10", so probably not ideal, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Our midfield's playing well. T-Bert, look at Hayward with an 8.3. He might get man of the match the way he's playing right now. We do have one option at defensive midfielder. We could bring in Hakkinen, the central defender, and let him play a little bit of defensive midfield. That might not be a terrible idea. Sure. Let's go. What's Hakkinen? Oh, here we go. Barrias sends one in. Narwinski wins the header to Haywood. And we're going to start another attack. Are we going to get a third away goal? There's Hakkinen with his weird gray hair. He's like a 20-year-old with gray hair. I don't know if it's like a fashion thing. It's like, has he dyed his hair? Or is he just prematurely gray? Or are they trying to, I don't know. Like, I lost my train of thought. And there's Reed with a shot. Okay. I don't normally do that during a during a live commentary. Normally I lose my train of thought when I'm rambling about other stuff. But commentary can usually keep me on track, but not today, because this game is kind of out of hand. Even though it's only 2-0, it's sort of like, Municipal is just sitting back, accepting their fate a little bit, not playing very well at all. So it's a bit of a boring game. Not a lot to talk about. Vancouver, again, we overhaul the roster every year, just trying to cycle in those young players. So it's going to be interesting to see where we finish this year in terms of MLS. I think we're looking at another season pretty similar to the last one. Mid-table, playoffs, fine. A fine season, but I don't know that we're like supporter shield ready or anything like that. This has been a different save. We haven't been focused on just improving the team and, trying to dominate MLS. Instead, we focused on, our youth and our academy and bringing those players through. So it's we've lacked a bit of focus on MLS, to be honest with you. All right. So there we go. Hayward, stellar. 1 goal, 8.3 rating. 85% of his passes completed. That's pretty good. We will praise the young man. You were superb with your quality of chances. Sure. Thanks, boss. All right. So 2 of our youngsters got the goals. Haywood and Zlatkovic won the penalty. So interesting. All right. So we'll pause it here, get to the second leg, and try to get this over with. So pause. Okay. We are back for the second leg of our first round matchup. Now, there's been, a lot of other games played this week. The 2 LA teams move on in their first round match. LAFC 6-0 over Plaza Amador, and LA Galaxy only 2-0 aggregate over Alajuelense. So they didn't play their best, but maybe Alajuelense gave them a good game. But anyway, there are only 2 games left. Vancouver versus Municipal, we're up 2-0. And Santos Laguna up 5-0 over Defense Force from Belize. So that should go to form there. Everything else has pretty much also gone to form. Tough matchup, though. Cruz Azul only 5-2 over Central from Trinidad Tobago. So that was a good showing for their first showing that I'm aware of in Champions League. FC Dallas 5-3 over Aguila, so another tough matchup there. Tigres, no problem with Mantegua, 9-1 aggregate. And then Toluca, 4-1 over Philadelphia. So the one MLS team that doesn't move on is Philadelphia. So that's disappointing for them, but we're going to try to make sure that it's not 2. So let's get to our match preview today. We are the favorites again, though not quite as, maybe it's a little worse favorite, 4-5. Last time we were even, so that would have been like 4-4. So I guess how that works, if we want $4, we have to bet $5, so that is worse odds. Anyway, yeah, we're at BC Place, 26,854. So bottom rung is all sold out for this Champions League. Not quite, no need to open the top part of the dome yet, but we'll see. We do have several players out and doubtful and injured and all that stuff. We got roster issues in general. But let's get to our team selection. It is breezy and 37 degrees and cloudy, so hopefully dome is closed and the heaters are on, because that would be a little bit chilly. But anyway, we're going back to formation number 2. We got an interesting bench. Hendricks on the bench, Adonijah Reed, Lovitz, Norman, Kemry, Nerwinski, and Schnitzler on the bench. Basically, we've got our first MLS game in 2 days, so we kind of got to get ready for that. But, you know, we still need to win this game, so we got sort of half starters, half reserves in the lineup today. So here we are. McGee in goal. Luke McGee getting his first playing time in a while. He played in Champions League 2 years ago and did pretty well. But McMath has come down with the flu, so McMath has had to get taken out. McGee in. Kendall on the left, getting his first start. Henry, Hakkinen, and Ahmed. So a very rotated defense right now other than Daniil Henry. Zelalem and Haywood. Haywood back in the midfield after his 8.3 rating and a goal. He's now leading the team in average rating. 1 appearance, so that's great. Raheem Edwards on the left. Senior on the right. Darren Senior, another one of our academy players who's got a lot of potential. And then T-Bear and Hundle up top. Looks like they're going pretty much the same formation. They've moved Neves up from central defense to defensive midfielder. Trying to get him a little bit closer to the action. Lozano, Hansen up top, their leading goal scorer with 15. And then, of course, Arsman leading assists with 8. Also 13 goals, so we'll see. They're going to try the same formation, see if it works. Let's go. You've sprung a few surprises. Yes, some players will play here, others elsewheres. Henry takes the captain's armband. Yep. Professional, yep, get out. All right. So again, it looks half empty. It always looks half empty, but they need a little better representation of BC Place. They need, I mean, it is what it is. It is a 55,000 seat stadium, but we need the blinders, the little blinders that make it look fuller than it is. Anyway, looks like we're gonna get our first highlight pretty quick here. Turnover at midfield. Ahmed is going to chase that one down. You know, he and Zlatkovic have both been improving very well. So I'm trying to get more of the two of them in the game at the same time. Edwards sends one across. Hundle is there, and Hundle scores. He is offside, though. Flagman with the flag waving. There he is. All right, so first goal disallowed. Let's check the replay. Oh, he looks onside to me. What? They don't reverse that? Come on now. Come on now, what's VAR good for? Do we not have VAR in Champions League? I don't know. Seems to be everywhere else in the world. Zelalem sends one in. Oh, there's a foul in the box. We'll let Zelalem take the penalty. Here we go, stepping up to the plate. And a stop from Kobar. Wow. Did not expect that. Where's Zlatkovic when you need him? What's his penalty taking? 13. I mean, he does only have 7 finishing. But, yeah, he should have done much better than that. Okay, now it's raining in the dome. That's no good. A little problem with the air conditioning unit. A little moisture condensation. Senior down the right-hand side. He sends one into T-Bear. And he scores over top of that defense. Can't keep the big man down forever. Oh, he goes over to the away fans. That's not good. It's not very sportsmanlike. Let's see, is he onside? Oh, boy. Okay, he's onside there. Oh, he comes from way back. I was looking at this guy. I was looking at Hundle. Okay. So T-Bear just explodes. I don't know that that pass was even for him. But you know what? Good job. How is T-Bear looking these days? You know. Jumping reaches up to 18 if he needed that. He's got it now. Nobody's going to out-jump this guy at 6'5", 18 jumping reach. He just needs to improve a lot of other stuff. He's not training particularly well at this point in time, so our training regiment this off-season still not producing results, unfortunately. It's like we don't start training well until mid-season for whatever reason. And then we train really well, so I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, 35 minutes down. Next highlight. Senior wins the header. Hayward, all the youngsters are in there, but Hundle gets it stolen. Okay, we're looking towards a long highlight here as Henry takes a sweet time gathering it in. Let's see if we can build something. It's been all like long bombs and early crosses, but I guess that's what we're going for. Backside to Senior, heads it on. Senior's got a lot of goal-scoring potential out there on the right-hand side. You know, he's a striker at heart. There's Hakkinen taking poor position. Good stop by McGee. I don't know about Hakkinen. That was not a great play, my man. You've got Raheem Edwards is taking an injury, and Hakkinen gets a yellow. There's a lot of competition for the back line. You know, physically he's not our best player, but technically maybe he is in terms of the young players we got out there. So if he's not doing the job, we can definitely replace him, and we're going to need to replace Edwards as well. Dressing room. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted tactics. So I guess we'll bring in Lovitz out there on the left wing. And, you know, we'll bring Kemry back in for Hakkinen. If he's going to mess up like that, get out. Get out. All right, pep talk. Let's go, boys. Here we go. Pep talk. I don't know. Don't get complacent. We're only up 3-0. I mean, it seems like it should be an insurmountable lead the way they're playing, but they have got their chances. So they're only a couple of mistakes away as Team Canada found it in the Gold Cup today. I watched that game. Spoiler alert for a game that took place a week ago. But they got beat in the Gold Cup by Haiti. A comeback victory. They were up 2-0 at half. And then some just serious defensive mistakes led to 2 quick goals. Got Haiti back in it, and then they scored the third, and it was just pretty heartbreaking for Canada, unfortunately. So we're going to try to avoid that fate by taking out somebody who's not playing well defensively. Can't, you know, because with Team Canada in the Gold Cup, it was the same guy who kept messing up, and they didn't take him out. And he cost them at least 2 goals. Gardino is the man. He's a guy we never call up for that reason. I kind of didn't like his defensive abilities, honestly. He's much more of an offensive fullback, and it sort of validates my thought a little bit of playing with defensive fullbacks because they don't make those kind of horrible mistakes. And the other thing Team Canada was doing is they were playing Alphonso Davies at left back, which he has played in the past. He played that for Vancouver when he was in MLS. But he also gave up the third goal, the late goal. He got beat on a late run that gave Haiti their final goal. So the fullbacks for Team Canada not doing so well. In fact, you could say that they lost them that game if you wanted to. And so the fact that when I bring guys up, I bring up, sort of veteran defensive guys, I kind of feel validated a little bit. Even though this is Football Manager and that is, not. But anyway, let's see. Let's make some subs here. Let's get... let's get Blair out of there. And you know what? Let's get Hundle out of there as well. Bring in Adonijah Reed. Oh, can't do that. We've already made 3 subs. Okay, that's fine. Because like I said, we got a game 2 days from now, so I don't know how many of these guys are going to actually be fit, but we'll see. Oh, that's right. We made that Hakkinen change. That was our 3rd change. Okay. Not so good, but you know what? That's fine. That's the problem with playing these Champions League games in the middle of preseason, is I'm too used to preseason. I just want to sub everybody in and out. Kendall wins the header, but it goes right back to Municipal. Bonilla, Cruz gets it out wide. Ariaza off the post. Oof. Hansen missed that one, and Kendall clears it out to Senior. Senior's got a ton of space down the near sideline. He's going to take it. He's moving sort of gingerly. Then he sends in the cross. Can't get it to Hendricks. And there ends the highlight. We got tactics here. Hendricks, he can play target man. That's fine. It's fine. All right. I think we looked at that last game. What's this? Substitute. Okay. Zelalem sends it across. Haywood. Oh, Haywood almost got his 2nd goal. That was a great stop. This goalkeeper for Municipal isn't that bad. I mean, he's kept us to 3 goals, which, if you thought about that at the beginning of this series, keeping us to 3 goals would actually be pretty good. 3 goals in 2 games. So you can't say anything about Kobar, even though we don't know what he is. He's 35 years old, so he's got a lot of experience. But we have no idea what his attributes are. De La Cruz clears it long, but Henry is there at midfield, and Zelalem gathers it in. Love it. Switching fields now to Ahmed on the overlap. He's not quite sure what to do with it. Haywood, Zelalem playing that defensive midfielder role. It's not his best role, but he can play it. He's got Kendall on the overlap. He finally gets it out to him. Not a great pass. Kendall is not very match fit at the moment, but it doesn't cost us because Henry's back there, and there we go. I didn't even look at the clock. I didn't realize, but there we go. We move on. 3-0. To the next round of Champions League. There we go. Get out of here. Let's move on. Now we got some interesting things. Vancouver win in Champions League 1st round. So what about the quarterfinals? Who do we get? We get Santos Laguna from Mexico. So it's all MLS versus Mexico in the next round, as you would expect most seasons. Although, there's quite often a team from another Central American country that pops in there. But we got a Mexico shootout here. Toluca versus Tigres. That should be a big one. FC Dallas versus Cruz Azul. Vancouver versus Santos Laguna. And LAFC versus LA Galaxy. So, El Tráfico playing in the North American Champions League. Look out. But yeah, look at Santos Laguna. Anyway, this video is going pretty long. We know that they're going to be pretty good. We got to scout them and all that stuff. So we're going to end it there. We're going to do our MLS roster and see who we have to get rid of and whatnot. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.